Black Myth: Wukong has been making waves in the gaming community since its first reveal in 2020. Developed by Chinese indie studio Game Science, this action RPG quickly grabbed the attention of gamers worldwide, with its stunning visuals, fluid combat, and unique setting inspired by the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West. In this make or break review, we dive into what makes this game stand out and where it might fall short. Wukong is a standout experience because it takes the best modern action game conventions that suit its story and leaves the rest on the cutting room floor. The most obvious influence here is the Souls-like genre, a type of game infamous for its tough-as-nails difficulty and epic boss fights that feel as big as the challenge they present. The journey is like riding a roller coaster of tension and relief in classic Souls games. A single hallway with a couple of enemies can feel like an entire world as you fight tooth and nail to survive. Every inch of progress is hard-earned, so when you finally get to that fearsome boss fight, it's almost a relief. At last, the monster that's been giving you nightmares is as colossal as it deserves to be. Sure, dying is pretty much a guarantee, but in Wukong it feels more like a chance for a fresh start, a perfect fit for a game steeped in Buddhist themes, facing off against immortals and yaoguais. Yep, those are some scary demonic beings, is just as thrilling and terrifying as the old myths would have you believe. Even if you're not clued up on Journey to the West, the game's deep roots in that story make the world feel lived in and real. The combat? It's got that perfect mix of weight and speed, and little touches like soaking gourds to boost your abilities make everything feel even more authentic. Unlike most action games, Wukong doesn't give you an open world to roam around in. There's no mini-map full of distractions, no endless quest log to sift through, and yeah, that lack of hand-holding can be a bit overwhelming at times. Every new area comes with the risk of getting lost, but that fine line between anxiety and excitement is what makes it so compelling. Wukong may be streamlined, but it captures the magic of exploration better than those games that pretend to offer vast worlds only to reduce them to a bunch of map icons. By making you hike down a dangerous mountain or stumble through a thick, eerie swamp, Wukong asks you to trust the journey. Spending less time on menus means you get to soak in those incredible landscapes even more. That's the beauty of a game that carefully crafts your experience, rather than drowning you in the illusion of endless choices. Beyond the awesome exploration, Wukong nails the art of rewarding curiosity. Parts of the world stay hidden until you find the right items or talk to the right characters. These secret areas, known as obsessions, are a brilliant touch. In Buddhist philosophy, attachment is seen as a source of suffering, and the items you find in these sections reflect that idea. Someone at some point was so attached to these objects that their pain pulls you into a mystical, otherworldly space. It's a clever way to showcase a world full of mysticism and spirits. Plus, it's a bit cheeky. Players who can't resist exploring every corner will stumble upon these areas, even if it means facing off against another round of tough bosses. Black Myth: Wukong is incredibly satisfying in its kinetic gameplay. However, it took some time to get used to. The dodge feels responsive and forgiving, but for the perfect dodge, it almost seems like you have to dodge when you get hit rather than right before an attack connects. It's like wading into cold water, uncomfortable and a little scary at first, but once you're in, perfect dodging is actually pretty nice. It's no wonder Black Myth: Wukong has been a massive hit. Journey to the West is a story with a legendary history, but no other adaptation has ever sold 10 million copies in just a few days. Some Western gamers were probably shocked that a game like this could come from a country better known for mobile games and microtransactions. The success of the game is often attributed to its appeal to Chinese audiences, who are not accustomed to big-budget games. The pressure is on the relatively unknown developer, Game Science, as they carry the weight of an entire country's cultural representation. However, it's crucial to look beyond market trends and recognize that Black Myth: Wukong is simply a fantastic game. In terms of melee combat, the game allows players to use a staff with 3 battle stances, in line with the lore of the Monkey Warrior. Unfortunately, this results in repetitive gameplay over time. While the charged attacks and mixed combos vary for each stance, normal attacks become repetitive. The defensive counter-oriented thrust stance, unlocked at level 20, is underutilized compared to the others, despite featuring a backstep move to evade attacks. Although there are dozens of enemy forms that you can turn into, they're still limited to 2 keybinds, one for spirit casts and one for transformations, and by resources that are easily spent. Parrying, a staple of the Souls-like genre, isn't available by default either. Instead, it's unlocked as a spell, so you would rely more on dodging blows. In effect, you mostly just perform the same melee combos, interspersed with a select few magical abilities, which makes the whole affair repetitive after a while. Furthermore, theory crafting or experimentation with different builds in Black Myth Wukong isn't that viable, at least in my initial playthrough. Although you complete the campaign at level 80, and it's possible to respect at any shrine, you still have to put a lot of points into stances and stat boosts. You only have enough left to allocate for a few spell perks, and not a lot to assign for transformation perks themselves. Compared to other Souls-like games, you can't say if magic-focused or transformation-focused builds would be workable in practice. Black Myth Wukong is a groundbreaking title that offers a fresh take on the action RPG genre. With its stunning visuals, engaging combat, and immersive world, it's a must-play for fans of the Souls-like genre. While the game has a few minor flaws, its strengths far outweigh its weaknesses. Have you played Black Myth Wukong? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more gaming content.